There we go. All right. Given the current medical condition of the captain, the log shall be started with by Tamira.
Oh. Just for clarifications, this is right afterwards.
Yes.
Lieutenant Commander Tamira's log. Stardate 52901.5. With the riot subdued by Starfleet personnel and the Andorian security officers on the planet's surface, I have returned to the outpost, where I am told that Dr. Lobar is currently operating on Commander Ray. The Colonial Council is engaged in an emergency session to determine a course of action due to the riot caused by Cardassians that have been stuck here at the end of the Dominion War as refugees. Furthermore, I am told that an SS Solar Pioneer is currently on approach for the outpost. But in the meantime, currently doing damage control and assisting the colony as best we can. End log.
So, the good captain was brought to the Artemis along with the Cardassian observer Cianagora. So that's where Lorba is right now. And actually, I have him in the wrong place. Oh yeah, you would have had your. I assume, Lorba, you would have asked for your brother to be beamed up to the Artemis so you could treat him, or do you want to meet him down there?
I would probably want him in my sick bay because I haven't actually toured the hospital and the colony. So, yeah, I'd want him where I know I can treat him successfully.
Lieutenant Commander Tamira, you walk into the med bay of the Artemis and see a busy med bay. As there are some people from the surface who have been treated here. Most of there's a good portion of the staff that are surrounded around the Cardassian observer, and now there's a growing mass coming around Commander Ray's biobed with Lieutenant Lorba.
Commander, a little busy here.
Can I have a status update, Doctor, if you don't mind?
Working to get him stabilized. It's bad. It's really bad, but I'm gonna get him.
Doctor, do I need to remind you of your current relationship with the commander, being that it is your sibling? Do you believe that you are emotionally compromised?
Are you asking me to relieve myself of duty?
No, I am not, but I am asking you, do you think you can perform your duties, given the current state of your brother?
Yes. Yes. It's been a weird few days, and I'm not going to pretend that I have myself pulled together as well as I would like, but I'm still a doctor, and I can still make sure all my patients get through this.
Very well. If you require assistance, please let me know. I can pull someone from the outpost medical staff.
It's certainly. I mean, if we're gonna start moving people from planet side up here, I'm gonna need every hand I can get. But for now, I think I'm all right.
Understood. I believe the proper term is good luck, Doctor. And she just walks out.
Thanks, Commander. All right. One address. What did you get yourself into this time?
Doctor, we got some preliminary results from the medics that found the commander. He seems to be suffering from some rather bad cuts. Not seeing any energy burns, internal bleeding that they somewhat got under control. Right now, we have him on a regimen of drugs that should stabilize him, but right now he's slowly deteriorating, and we're not entirely sure why.
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna do a full cardiovascular or scan on him. There's got to be some reason that he's that. There's got to be some reason that he's not stable.
All right, bringing up the imaging. You can give me a reason plus medicine roll. Difficulty of, I'm going to say 1 because you are in a med bay, whether it's the station or the ship. You have the full facilities of your staff and what have you.
Cool. I do not believe I have any relevant focuses right now, so let's go ahead and give this.
And the ship will.
Unless would a xenobiology count as a focus?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And the ship assists with sensors plus medicine. And a whiff. But you get a 1 momentum out of it, so good news. Scanning his system, it would appear that his heart hasn't been hit by any of the strikes. Your personnel aren't kidding. He got pretty badly cut up. But it does seem to be some foreign substance in his bloodstream that seems to be making his heart not operate near independent on its own. The only reason it's moving is because he's on a biobed and being attended to.
Okay, so foreign substance. Are we I'm going to spend that momentum on a obtain information spend. Are we talking bacteria, virus, or drug?
It would appear to be a drug.
Remember, you get 1 free for high-resolution sensors.
That's true.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it appears to be a drug. Okay. All right, we got to isolate that. We have to isolate that foreign substance and come up with an antidote.
Aye, Doctor.
All right, let's
see. Now, you can perform this 1 or 2 ways. You can either take this as an extended task using your control plus medicine. This has the possibility of being the lowest risk way to do it, but it will take time to do. You can rush the process using your daring medicine, and it's a one-off shot. Either you got it or you don't.
Oh,
And it's a difficulty 3 either way.
Okay, you know what? Let's do the down and dirty quick with daring. Once again, I'm going to blow my determination the first 5 minutes. With the value, I will watch my brother's back. And let's see if I get the extra. And I'll also spend that. Oh wait, no, I spend 2.
And I'm going to update complication to 2.
Of course you are. All right, that's fine. Let's hope I get the 3rd success. Oh, 1 more momentum. Cool.
And Commander, are you with us? May have just rolled in. But I will say this much, is that the Commander is, if I can get to his thing, is at the very least stable. You did have to, instead of studying the drug in depth, you had the computer and actually this ship does help you with computers plus medicine. It might actually get you an extra momentum here. Nope. You tried to figure out what it is, and you basically tried a array of various anti-drugs and anti-poisons to kind of flush out his system. It's risky because if you guessed wrong, you would just flood his system full of stuff that isn't doing anything, which isn't great for his health. But the batteries of drugs seem to have done the work, and the system your staff in the system is slowly draining out the other stuff, is removing the other stuff out of his system or helping his body break it down. On a glance, it would seem that whatever this was, it was meant to make his heart weaker and not operate nearly as well as it could have. So nothing that was going to kill him right away, but enough that it would have made your general hospital in a colony not able to really treat it.
Got it.
You as a Starfleet doctor have a bit more access to the crazy drugs and a little more authority to use them.
So it would have been some kind of like a slow acting thing had it been untreated, and had he not been otherwise injured.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be one of those things where he'd have a heart attack in a few days, or his heart would just stop. Well, heart attack, same difference. But with the injuries, it was compounding the issue. So
Got it. Okay. Do I have any way of being able to tell when and or how that would have gotten introduced into his system?
presumably during the attack that had happened to him on the surface.
Got it.
Because he was fine when he went down. He was fine according to the logs of people who went down with him. And then next thing you know, he was here. He's still pretty bad. And he's touch and go, but for now at least, he isn't dying on you.
Got it. All right. Well, you're gonna make a full recovery. You're welcome, bro. Dr. Lorbert and Tamira?
Yes, Doctor.
Oh, I'm happy to tell you that the commander stabilized and he should make a full recovery.
Excellent news, Doctor.
I'll let you know when he's back on his feet, but right now he needs to rest.
Do you know what the cause of his injury was, Doctor?
I prefer not to speak about it over comms. If you stop by sickbay, I can tell you in my office.
Very well.
As you two begin to gather, I have to ask, where is Shran during all this?
I was with the Federation ambassador or counselor, so we were both headed to the thing.
When you escort the council member S to the administration building, there are a lot of people outside the building. Less of protests, more various concerned citizens. Some holding up signs. You can see media around. You see little drone cameras. People with the head-mounted ones, as people are reporting on what's happening about the session, today's events. A few of the press start coming at council member S, and they start asking him 1,000,001 questions, and he kind of can't get by them.
I, I want to make a motion to the Imperial Guard to kind of like shut down all the activity around him and like kind of form a wall.
Prison security, difficulty 1. Fairly straightforward, but only complicated by the fact you have to get so many people to move back.
Combat tactics?
At increased complication, I'll give it to you.
Sure.
Yeah, you got it. So you're able to organize your men to kind of form, as you say, a wall, and S is finally able to proceed forward. Some people start asking you questions. What happened? What did you see? We'll start. You hear someone yell. You just barely hear them because they're kind of in the back. Did Starfleet do this?
I turn around as someone says that, and I shout to them, "We have no evidence that Starfleet was complicit at this stage in the investigation. More details on that matter will come later."
Do you continue to address their questions, or do you try to get yourself away from them along with the council member? Because he's able to get in because you kind of pulled their attention to you, and he's like, oh, and off he goes.
I'll stay around for a couple of seconds. I don't want him to get too far away. But like, if he like enters a door or something, you know, I probably would answer like 2 or 3 questions and then leave to try to catch up with him.
Was there a reason why the Andorian Guard didn't step in during the early parts of the protest?
We're more of a colony defense force and not a citizen suppression force. We don't carry weapons that are capable of handling this situation.
Given all the time that the Cardassian ward has been here on the colony, is there a reason why they've turned to violence at this time?
Anyone whose rights are suppressed long enough, you can imagine turning to violence when they become frustrated. It's happened in the history of most of the planets of the Federation at least once or twice. I think Earth went through it itself 400 or 500 years ago.
At this point, you notice S has stepped into the building.
I turn around and follow him up.
People start yelling questions, start following after you. Unless you say something, either say something or do a presence roll of some kind, they're gonna keep after you with all the cameras pointed at you.
Like the cameras are focusing on me, or they're like trying to walk in front of me?
They're focused on you and they're following behind you.
I'll let them do it. I don't have any reason to go to stop that. I mean, I'm not gonna allow them to follow me into the building, but if they're just following me up the steps, that's fine.
They look like they want to walk into the building, which you know isn't okay, and honestly, they should know that as well. But it seems in the heat of the moment, none of the media here seems to care about that.
I'm just gonna try to use the guard again to keep them from getting in the building.
You can roll insight plus security, difficulty 2 to notice something. As you're starting to get people to back off.
Investigation.
I'll give it to you.
I'll buy a dice.
With momentum?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. You notice in the crowd there seems to be a Klingon woman who's kind of staring, who's trying to make eye contact with you, and she's like at the back of not the media, but like the press of people who want answers, sort of thing.
Is it that one?
Yep, you recognize her. And when you see her and actually notice her in the crowd, she just nods a little bit at you and then steps away into out of the crowd.
I lean over to, I guess, a lieutenant or something like that, someone that's trusted inside the guard, and I tell him to go escort her to. I give him the name of a location here on the colony that I know I'll have access to later. That's inconspicuous, like I don't know, like a cargo bay or something.
Somewhere in the Andorian wards or elsewhere? Because the trusted places would be places that you're the anywhere that isn't the Klingon or the Cardassian wards, because they're further out and away.
Yeah, that's fine.
And what do you want him to do? Sorry, I think I misunderstood.
Just tell them that if they needed to meet me there, and to escort them there, not to like arrest them or anything.
Oh, to get a message to her to go, hey.
And
meet
if
him.
and if they decide to go there, to go with them.
I'll make this presence security difficulty 2 to make or control security to kind of make sure that very specifically that they achieve that end. Actually, I'm going to call it control security in particular, because you're trying to get your men to do a specific thing and get another person to do something that you want them to do.
Yeah.
Maybe even control command if that's better.
Yeah. I have bold, but it's one less. That's a trade-off. I don't know. Never been in that spot before, where I have bold and something that's less than my main stat. I don't really have a focus. I'll try control command.
Okay.
And I'll buy a threat.
Okay.
I'll re-roll the 0. Oh, anyways.
You notice that your men, your lieutenant arranges, he personally goes to deal with it and gets a couple of other people to help them out with it. Not a ton, because they're trying to focus on the crowd mainly, but just to help them out, to make a hole in the crowd and get to her before she gets too far. And you can kind of see very quickly that he's catching up to her, and you got a good feeling that he understood what you meant, and he'll probably be able to get her to go there. And from your reading of her before, she's probably going to do it, unless for some reason she's attacked. But again, you have guards going with her, so she's probably okay. Although that, are you gonna go into the council building, or are you gonna?
Yes.
Okay. Whoa, Commander.
Hi.
Hi. We're gonna flash back with you in a moment here. While I give access to how a certain meeting went to someone who got to watch it. I'll note to you, Shran, that I'm about to give you access to what happened during the meeting, but since you're not a council member or an observer, you can't really step out and speak. You're just able to watch because you walked in and you have a reason to be in the room.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting at all, but I guess that complicates things. Oh, okay, you're gonna message it to me.
Yeah, actually, you'll see it in the. Should see it in the top of roll 20. If I can get it to show up, there it is. There you go. Could you? There you go. And can you see it from the top there?
Emergency council transcript?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. So, Commander Ray. Last we left with you, there was a riot going on. And it sounded like the medical facility here that your brother was holding needed some help, and a good Tamira, along with some of the security guys you brought with you, did a site-to-site beam while you and more people tried to get there on foot.
Yep.
And as you turn an alleyway, you turn down one of the streets, I should say. You notice that there's a distinct lack of people, and your security detail is more than a little. They seem to be looking around a bit more, being cautious because they're trying to make sure. Whoops! They're trying to make sure nothing happens to you. And you can roll insight plus security.
Focus on tactics.
Yes. You get the feeling you're walking into an ambush. It's too quiet. There's lots of clear space. There's lots of places for people to be hidden away. But this is the fastest way to get to where you need to go without going through the riot.
Could I possibly use my empathy to see if there's other people who are apprehensive and thinking violently?
You can roll. I'm going to say insight plus security. Difficulty 2.
Like, I mean, other than my men.
Oh, yes.
Do I get focus in?
What focus?
Tactics or cultural studies?
Cultural studies applies, actually. Oops, actually, it should be that.
Oh. Sorry, I've been making fun of a Frenchman all week.
Yeah, you got a momentum out of that. Oh, hey, someone's keeping track of it. No. Fine.
We're at three total.
Yes. You feel out and can feel 4 presences that are especially calm and determined up ahead of you. Like, given the riot, most people would be kind of, ugh, but these are, no, they're focused. We're
ready for this.
To do. I'm ready.
Would I be able to get a feel of what race they are based on, I don't know, their emotionals?
Hard to tell. This could be Vulcans. Then again, it could be people who are well trained, professional soldiers.
Cough, cough, Cardassians with their mental training. Cough, cough.
That as well.
Okay. I, hold a fist up, tell my men slow down, and just hand signal. I'll keep an eye up above us. Try and let them know that something's not right here.
In effect, you are now in combat rounds. You have basically you have basically found a way to give yourself cover in the sense that you're kind of ready to find somewhere to duck out of the way if you're attacked.
Okay.
You can attempt to perform a rally action, even though technically the security detail you have with you is more it's 2. Right now, it's a advantage that I'm letting you carry over from the last mission, because you would have had that advantage at the time. But this also allows people, if anyone wants to, could play some of the security members as supporting characters to help them out. If no one does a supporting character, Ray just has an advantage on security checks, because the assumption is they're trying to help the commander.
I would hope so.
They're the ones that stabbed you.
What does rally do?
Rally allows you to roll presence plus command. It's a difficulty 0 task normally, and it's usually you do a rousing speech of some kind, or a instruction that's that gives your side an idea of exactly what you want them to do, and it's a way to generate momentum, and you get to do that generally once a combat. I mean, you could keep doing it, I guess, but it uses up your task. Then again, I will say as well, you do have your phaser out because I'm presuming you were walking around with that out.
Yeah, I would definitely be armed. I'm going into a riot, so
So you could rally the guys, or just generate momentum for yourself, mechanically speaking. You could prepare an action of some kind to get ready to do something if something happens. Depends what you want to do.
you know what? I'm gonna rally my men.
Okay.
And tell them to take cover, keep an eye. You two keep eyes high. You two keep eyes low. Or yeah, just let's take positions. So presence, command, focus and persuasion. Since I'm giving orders.
Not really. Different focus would probably apply here.
Focus and tactics.
Yes.
All right.
There you go. Generated 4 momentum there.
So I have 1 floating. Can I use that floating momentum to give me advantage on cover? We found some really good solid cover area to duck behind.
You need to spend at least 2, so the 1 float plus bring yourself down to 5, basically.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So you find a particularly sturdy bit of wall to put your back to.
All right. Next round.
The enemy side, a black figure emerges from one of the stores and rushes up to you with what appears to be an Ushan Tor in their hand.
Oh, hi.
Yeah! Pose daring security. He effectively has 1 extra difficulty because the security are probably firing their phasers at him as he's trying to rush you.
All right.
Kind of distracting to hit somebody when you're being shot at.
Kind of distracted. Focus and tactics still?
Because you did the rally, yes, but next round that won't apply anymore, just so you know.
All right, because I can only tacticize so much.
Yeah. Eventually tactics stops being an issue. And he smoked you. Well, he hit you, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't get as much threat though because it's harder. So I only just beat you.
Do I still have the 4 stress from last week from the bomb?
No, that'll be wiped by this point.
Okay. Because now we're going to refill that bar.
That's not correct.
Only 1 damage? Or 1 effect?
Only 3 dice. Should be at least 1 more. So I'll just roll 1 extra. That's 1, 2, and 3. Because Vicious One added 1 more because it got an effect. They're gonna re-roll those 2 whiffs.
All right.
Try to get some extra damage out of that hit because they're gonna get shot here in a second.
Ouch. That's
So 1, 2,
5.
3, 4, 5.
So I get an injury off that?
Yes, unless you spend 2 momentum, give me 2 threat to avoid the injury. Although that'll be the 1 time you can do that during the fight.
Yeah, I'll do it because I don't think it's gonna last much longer. So 2 momentum.
Okay, 2 momentum gone as he slashes at your body and you duck back away. And his Ushantor kind of, instead of him getting a second swing, he gets ready to drop you with the backswing. He kind of gets caught in the wall for a second as it tings off. It is your turn.
I'm gonna tell my men into open fire on stun, and I'm gonna join them at close range.
It's a control security test, difficulty 3 because he's in close range with you. Actually 2 because you have people helping you shoot.
Okay, difficulty 2. Yeah, I have nothing to help with this. So,
Your men try firing their phasers to hit him. A couple of them kind of hit him and like along the leg and along, doesn't really affect him too much. And as you're trying to get a good shot on him, you're too busy trying not to get hit by the knife. As your shot kind of goes wide and kind of at most it hits the ceiling and hits a bit of the floor as you're trying to hit him.
so I get for being gunned to a knife fight.
On their turn, another guy shows up. And from his position in cover, he produces some sort of cylinder, puts it up to his mouth, and you hear a noise.
Can I discern what that noise is?
Probably a blow dart of some weapon of some kind.
Okay.
So he has to make a control security test. He's going to spend a threat for an extra die. And he shoots the guy in front of you who falls over dead. Also, you can have 2 momentum because I can't think of another thing to do to him.
Yay!
Actually, he'd still be there, but I should mark an X. There we go. It's your turn.
Okay, seeing that, I want to try. I talk these guys nice down. I would hold up my hand, say, whoa, hold on. I'm with if Starfleet. I'm the good guys. Guys, we're trying to stop this riot here. Yeah, we could just put the guns down and we could talk about this rationally.
You can give me insight security difficulty 2. 1 because you have people to advise you.
Can I use diffuse attention, trying to aid in not resorting to violence?
Sure, actually.
Sure dice. Focus in persuasion.
I'll give it to you.
And I'm gonna buy a dice. Nice with momentum.
Okay. As you begin playing with them to kind of calm down, you get this very bad. This person looks like they're about to back off and put down their blow dart. But you have a feeling that you convinced this guy to stop,
but not his friend.
This feels like a ploy. Like they're trying to get you to relax and think that the fight's over.
Okay. Can I take a minor action to order my men into again, keep their weapons at stun, aim at the blow dart guy, and if he makes a move, stun him. Just keep him here.
Yeah, you could do that. I'll let you do that.
Meanwhile, I want to look around and see if I can find the rest of his friends, because I sense 4 people. I see 2 of them now.
Whoops.
Or is that too many actions?
too many actions, but as you're looking around, you find one who charges up at you with a Ushantor in his hand.
Can I tell what species these guys are?
Their faces are covered with with fabric, and most of their skin is covered in a black fabric.
Including the hands, so I can't tell if they're pink skins.
Yeah. You can see, though, that they do seem to be wearing some sort of armor, body armor, on their chests.
Okay.
This is going to be a opposed daring security.
I ain't got nothing to hope with this.
There goes one of my threat to get an extra die. Because your security guys are around, he tries to swing at you, but the phaser fire kind of makes him back off and not get close enough to really hit you. You can, if you like, try to take a swing at him, but you risk a complication. Oh, actually, you will be complicated if you want to do damage to him, because you're tied and you need something that gives you that one up on him.
Sure, I'll take a swing at him.
So you are going to roll. It's an unarmed strike you're doing. And so therefore it's your unarmed strike. I imagine that's already calculated in your thing. So give me that roll.
It's actually not.
Oh, in that case, it is 4 challenge dice.
Yeah, because it's my security +1.
Yes.
I should just clock him.
And down he goes.
Screams at me. Ah! I just pop him in the chin.
And one of your security actually accidentally shoots you in the shoulder. It's like, ow! Your left arm's kind of tingling, and you drop your phaser.
Oh no!
As the pain's kind of like, ow! Not enough to make you have stress, but enough that it shocked you. It kind of made you seize for a second, and you lost you kind of dropped it. It is back to you. It is a minor to grab up your phaser again. You do get the feeling there's at least one more person here.
Okay.
And this guy you can tell this guy is resolved to not move, because he kind of heard you say he was going to get shot if he did something. So it's like, nope, I'm just going to stay right here.
Okay, minor action, pick up my phaser, point it at him, and tell him, call off the rest of your friends.
You can give me presence plus command or security. Difficult. It's going to be opposed. Actually, no, I'll do it differently. I'm going to make it difficulty 3.
Okay. Do I have any momentum left?
No, because that one you have there is
That.
I counted that one, so you do have that one.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Okay, I will take that one. I don't suppose this will count for defusing the tension, because I'm not telling him to stand down.
You are trying to get him to stop fighting, so I'll give it to you.
Okay. Good dice on that. Focus in persuasion.
More like intimidation. You're pointing a phaser at the guy.
True. Okay, so I won't have a focus then. I guess that works.
That is 1 momentum gained. Roll for me 7 challenge dice.
Does he do psychic damage to him?
You're basically affecting the morale. Oh, goodness.
I'm a Beta Z. What can I say? I'm very persuasive.
You notice that the guy who has the person who has their hands up, kind of gestures, like they kind of jerk their head a little bit to towards one of the alleyways.
Okay.
Someone calmly steps out, and they drop their Ushintor. And empathy-wise, you can feel these two. There's no fighting spirit in them anymore. They don't fight you anymore.
Okay. With these two guys keeping cover on them, and I want me and this other guy to tie up and unmask the two fallen guys.
As you begin to do that, you step out of your cover. You start moving toward them, and the world's spinning a lot, and you just collapse.
A thud.
Meanwhile, Lieutenant Commander Tamira and Dr. Lorba are in the chief medical officer's office aboard the Artemis. New scene at this point.
The reason I didn't want to talk about this over comms is I don't know who to trust here other than you and my brother right now.
Go on.
Within less than a week. First, the Klingon patient in the med bay with Mokhtari syndrome. He doesn't have Mokhtari syndrome. I brought him over here because he thought that Commander Shran was going to kill him. Secondly, another patient of mine, Observer Gora. In addition to the traumatic impacts she took, the crux of her injuries were caused by a Starfleet issue Type 2 phaser.
Intriguing.
Finally, Commander Ray. Lacerations all over his body, but also was afflicted with a slow-acting poison. If he had been in the station med bay or in the hospital in the colony, quite entirely possible they wouldn't be able to detect it, and he would have died of cardiac arrest within 2 days.
The poison is Andorian?
Well, I haven't exactly been able to determine the composition of it yet. But there's no reason to. But he got it on the colony. I mean, I don't think he got it on the station or on here. Otherwise, the transporters would have picked it up when he beamed down.
I need to know can you get the time that the observer was shot at, precise?
I can try to narrow it down within the hour for you.
I need more minutes, Doctor.
I'll do my best.
You can give me insight medicine difficulty of 2 because you've had a chance. Your staff have had a chance to scan her and get her bio readings. It's just you interpreting in the data. The ship can assist with computers plus medicine.
Cool. Would a specialty in hand phasers help me here?
Yes.
Wait,
Odd application of it, but sure.
Why does my brother have proficiency in hand phasers?
I was a field medic.
But Joran?
In the Dominion War.
That's racist.
Accurate. I got one momentum.
Okay, cool. Well, based on the timing, based on the energy rate decay when I finally got my hands on the patient, looks like the shot happened within the first moments of the riot, just immediately after the Cardis left the admin area. Could have been the shot that kicked off the whole thing, for all I know.
Computer, ascertain the when Starfleet personnel were beamed down to the surface of the planet to help with riot control, in correlation with the doctor's analysis on patient Cora when she was shot.
Security personnel were not dispatched until at least 30 minutes after the injury to the patient.
Well, Doctor, I believe it was not done by Starfleet personnel.
All right, well that's something of a relief.
Which leaves only myself and Commander Ray, who were on the surface of the planet at the time. Our comm badge location should obtain that we were nowhere near said patient.
Okay. How did someone on the surface get their hands on a Starfleet issued phaser? I mean, could it be one of the colony guards or
Excuse me, doctor.
Dr. Lorba here?
You see one of your nurses standing at the door of your office.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Commander Ray just came around.
If you'll excuse me, Commander, we should probably see the commander.
Very well.
All right, and away we go.
And we're going to cut to Shran, who's currently in a warehouse district in one of the Andorian in the Andorian section of the city, which is fairly large, as you can see, because that's 3 different sections. Inside, he is meeting with a female Klingon who is currently being escorted by a pair of Andorian guards.
I'm surprised you made it back this fast.
It's been a while, actually. I had to walk a bit on foot, but I managed.
It's impressive nonetheless.
Thank you.
What are you doing in my colony?
Well, apparently, my company has been requested to be on standby by Phil of all people. Apparently, there's going to be some work and security in the colony of the private nature. She grins at that. All teeth and pointed teeth and a gleam in her eye.
I doubt it's lucrative enough to stop you from your previous job.
There's something to be said for more glorious work, more honorable work.
What can be higher than the glory offered by the council for ending your query or your quarry?
She looks at your security guards and looks back at you. Well, one makes the other far easier. And she kind of starts walking up to you. Trying to step right into your personal space. Maybe...
I step back.
Oh, playing hard to get. And here I thought we could help each other.
What exactly could the guard do for someone like you?
Just... perhaps allowing us to be the ones to keep the Ferengi ward in check, and we'll stay out of the Andorian wards. It's to both our benefit if we do it that way. And if you need certain Ferengi problems solved, she shrugs. Your guards kind of give her a look, like they can't believe a Klingon's talking like this, and it's kind of offending them a little bit.
Is there something in the Ferengi ward that valuable?
Oh yes, very valuable.
Say I want part of that. What's it worth?
You can try to give me a presence plus command roll here. Or security, actually, because you are trying to wheedle some information out of her. In that sense.
Can I use investigation?
Yes, I'll give you that. Oh, that's the wrong... There we go.
I'll spend a threat. What difficult did you say it was?
It's going to be opposed.
Oh. Okay.
Gain 2 momentum. Well, actually, more than that. You gained 4 total, so you should be at 5. Well, since it's you asking, I heard that there's a way down the shaft that doesn't require the use of the elevator. And the Ferengi have, they don't quite realize what they have. At least most of them don't. I and my friends do. And I want to know how to get down there. And I imagine you would want to know that to make sure it is secured and to keep the colony safe.
That is pretty valuable.
Isn't it? But the
I
price to get it is a bit high. So
interrupting her, I kind of snap and turn on my heels and motion to the other 2 Andorians. Lock her up on the station on charges of attempted murder.
What? I
and
did no
planned
such thing.
assassination.
Present security to make sure your guards get her without her hurting somebody. Because she's going to try to resist.
Oh, that... I need to shoot a little bit today.
So you could either instruct your guards or you could just shoot her yourself. It's just that one turns into a combat and one's a hopefully it works and only your guards get hurt.
Wait, if the other one... If I succeed, they might still get attacked?
Oh, you're going to get attacked because you're the one who's shooting her.
No, I'm asking if I succeed at the present security.
If you succeed, then they'll be able to put her down fast enough before she has a chance to fight her way and attack one of them and grab weapons and stuff. But if you fail, she might hurt one of them resisting.
I'll spend a momentum.
Yeah, I'll just take the one threat. I don't think I want to spend for what I want for the thing she wants to do. Sorry, lady,
And
you should have got more successes.
there's a
And-
sheet for another Andorian if you needed it in the supporting characters.
It's fine. She clocks one of your guards in the face, and he goes down as you hear a very nasty crack. She's turning, and she looks like she's about to attack the. You can try to command him to how to beat her, or you can step in yourself. Right now, you're not in danger. It's just your guard. It's your two guards trying to fight her off.
I'm gonna shoot her.
The romance is gone. Actually, no, it isn't Klingons. Anyway, control security, difficulty 2.
Take a threat.
Sure.
Reroll. Oh no, that's command. Never mind.
Gain a momentum. You
Wait
hit
a
her.
sec. I need to. Actually, it was. Would I have had the option to take a minor?
Your minor would have been drawing your weapon, I would assume.
Okay.
You could spend. I'll let you spend 2 momentum and have an extra minor.
I just need to remember the rules for Deadeye Marksman and Fire at Will. Oh, Fire at Will means I don't need I don't need to pay for Swift Task. Deadeye Marksman means it's if I take the aim, it's only 1. So that would get me a momentum, but it would cost me 2. So let's say no.
Shooting for stun, presumably.
Peace, shoot to kill, shoot, kill.
Yeah, sure, because it doesn't change anything now because it would only raise the difficulty to 3. I've already beat it, so. Because that would be making it non-lethal. Oh, never mind, because I'm not using the rifle right now. I presumably am using something close to a Federation phaser.
That's what I was assuming too, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, sure, it's non-lethal.
Roll your damage, which would be 6 challenge dice if you don't have it already in there.
Oh, you know what? I have type 1, 3. Oh, no, there it is. There it is.
Ow.
It's more than that. 7. 8. It's 3 plus 5 for me.
Is type 2 just plus 2? Oh no, type 2 is, yeah, you're right.
I don't think I need to do anything else. They got oh, for non-lethal it's 3 resistance. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to. Uh.
Can I add a damage or try to reroll those 2 whiffs?
No, I'm thinking I'll use Fire at Will and just take a Swift Task and shoot.
Oh, because Fire at Will lets you do that without paying the cost.
No, I think it allows me to pay for it, but the damage doesn't increase. I'm giving you all.
Difficulty
kinds
goes up by 1. It's just you don't. It doesn't cost the momentum.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought it didn't increase the difficulty. It just okay. Then yeah, I'll go ahead and
Just shoot her again.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get way more dice if I try to shoot her again. I mean, it's much higher risk, but
I'm gonna double check that, but I believe that's the case.
three momentum.
Oh,
Spend
there's
that?
you spend 2. You have to spend 2. It's the other way around. So it ignores the difficulty increase,
Ah, yeah.
but you still have to spend
So
the 2 momentum.
then I'm just gonna buy 1 dice for 1 momentum.
So a total of 3 spent.
No, it ignored the cost of the swift task. Or was it? Oh, I got confused.
It it still costs 2 momentum. You spend a momentum, so it's 3 momentum spent.
Yes.
So
But the difficulty doesn't go up.
Yeah, I understand now. So I still get 2 momentum back then.
Oh, that's true. Yep. So 2 momentum back. Roll your damage.
I think I'm keeping track.
Yeah, you're good.
I don't think it's gonna matter for much longer.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
First one should have done at least 4.
4.
Second one should have done a shit ton.
4 and 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got 7
7,
on the second
8,
one.
9, 10.
It looks like 14 to me.
Thud. She falls over.
Yeah, that's probably her That's probably her stress. I check over the Imperial Guard that fell over.
Give me insight medicine, difficulty of 2.
Survival?
I'll increase the complication.
I only got a 2 in medicine, so I don't think I'm gonna accept that. Maybe if I allow this to go on a little bit longer, I can use investigation. I don't know if that'd be in his best interest.
That word. I keep using it. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yeah, if you're trying to look at it while they're still alive, that's like emergency medicine. But if they're dead, that's investigation. I'll spend a momentum.
Okay.
Peace palm.
Get it back.
Okay.
Yeah. So rolls for political intrigue are like zeros and complications, but rolls to see if a random dude got shot, that I get 1s on.
Thankfully, it seems to be non-lethal. He just has a cracked jaw. He's out like a light, but he's not gonna die.
And who is in charge of what's the medical situation on the colony? Who's in charge of that? Is it just like volunteers or
Each of the wards has a medical facility in it because it's such a big city. But there's the main one in the Federation ward, which is last year heard was overflowing. But there's an Endorian one, for sure, that's nearby in this ward.
I look at the one that has not been. Get some help and take her and him to the Endorian medical ward.
Yes, sir.
The charges on her stand. And go ahead and add resisting arrest and assaulting a guardsman.
Yes, sir. Do you want me to do it just on my own, or can I call backup? He looks around the abandoned warehouse.
Oh, yes. Go ahead and get a couple of guardsmen to help you.
Sir. And he takes out a communicator and starts arranging for emergency services to get to him and a nearby guard group to meet up with him.
Okay, I'm going to go retrieve the. I'm gonna go retrieve my gun. And I'm going to go head to the Vulcan leader's office because I owe him something.
Uh,
Oh, I need to spin for that. That's 1 threat and 2 momentum.
oh, you're getting your rifle.
Yes.
Two momentum spent. And we'll stick with Shran for the moment because Tamara is not here. As you start heading to the well, never mind. Ha. Switch back over here. New scene, lose one momentum. As we cut to Tamira, Lorba, and Ray in the Artemis medbay.
You awake, big brother? Last time you looked that pale was the first time you tried Hosperat.
First time I tried what?
Hosperat, the spicy rep thing. Never mind.
Oh,
Okay, you must really not be feeling like yourself. You're not laughing at my joke.
yeah. Well, your Aspirat's sour, so I don't know what to think about it.
Anyway, as your doctor, not your brother, how are you feeling?
Well, I stopped saying double. Oh, head's still pounding though.
Okay, I can give you an anti-inflammatory that'll help you with the pain. You took a nasty dose of some kind of drug that would have killed you. What happened down there?
I was on the way to the main riot, and we were ambushed along the way. Some people in black mask masks. I couldn't see who they were. Two of them were wielding Ushans though, and one of them was wielding a blowgun. So I'm thinking civilians using ragtag ag tools.
That's disturbing.
Which might explain why they were using poison to supplement their abilities. Do you know what kind of poison it was?
Well, I can get him. I can try to. I think I still have enough sample to get an idea of the composition. I can tell you the intended effect was to was uh, was to kill you over time by a cardiac arrest. Make it look like it probably even in the point where it looked like where it would just look like a complication of your injuries.
Must have been that damn blow dart.
Yeah, most likely that would make sense. That'll help me narrow down the composition.
Doctor, there was no puncture wounds in the commander.
No puncture.
No sense of a dart or anything like that.
Where did this blow dart hit you?
I don't know if I actually got hit. I know one was fired at me, and I might have not noticed.
Did you get any? Well, he did have like out of character. He did have like cut wounds or something like slash marks and stuff. In addition to that, right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, and were they like from shrapnel or from like a laceration from a weapon?
Laceration from a weapon, presumably a single hand blade of some kind.
Gotcha. Well, I mean,
Serrated?
Serrated, yeah.
well, if it wasn't a blow dart, they could have possibly coated their Ushans in it as well. Either way, we can check to see if it's. I can check to see if it would be effective delivered intravenously or into the bloodstream, as it were.
Thinking back about Altham, can I do sort of insight check? I have to see, were these men and military trained and did they have any formal tactical training, or were they just madmen with Ushans trying to attack me?
Insight security, difficulty 3, because you're kind of Ugh.
Remembering back, yeah. I will buy a dice with momentum. Focus in tactics or cultural studies.
Yes.
Okay.
Hard to say. In the heat of the moment and how fast it all went down, you're kind of more focused on not getting hit.
I'm used to doing studies like that in third person, not first.
Yes. And as you look around, because it's a moment where you're like, oh, I'll just ask one of the guys who were there at advantage. And you don't see any of the guards in the med bay. It's just you and a Cardassian and a Klingon. And like a few other like civilians who are elsewhere in the med bay. But you don't see any security guys laid out.
What happened to my security team that was with me?
I'm not sure actually. I got a report that just you, were in one of the one of the medical facilities in the colony, and asked that you get transferred.
I'm assuming I know the name of the officers. Peter, where's the location of Petty Officer Thomas?
Petty Officer Thomas is not aboard the Artemis.
Okay. And go through the other two members of the team.
They are also not aboard the Artemis.
Last known location?
Transporter room.
At
Transporter
what
room
time?
2. The time it gives you is when you all beam down to help with the riot.
Okay, Commander, you need to relax. I'll go ahead and compile a list of any officers that haven't reported in since the riot started, and I'll send in some inquiries to the medical facilities on the planet and the station. They could just be one of them. They could even still be in my makeshift clinic in the admin building. Who knows?
Can you also see who brought me in? If it was as that team or if it was someone else?
Well, I guess it's as good a time as any to make some friends in the planet-side medical facilities. I'll make some calls.
I don't understand, and we almost had them down, and then I just blacked out. So I don't think they were in a danger.
Computer, states for alarm.
Alarm raised by bridge.
Bridge, status report.
This is the bridge. Station just got a distress call from the SS Solar Pioneer. They're under attack by pirates. We're getting ready to disembark.
Well,
could have happened at a better time.
Well, brother, permission into resume my post.
Just don't get any firefights.
Commander, permission to stay at the outpost.
Reason?
Further investigation is required, and Starfleet personnel need to monitor the containment of the anomaly.
Granted, and we disembark in 5 minutes.
She nods. Good luck. She walks off.
I can fight pirates!
No, you cannot fight pirates. You're gonna stay safe in the bridge. I will lead a way to myself before I let you do anything stupid.
You're such a spoil sport.
You almost died.
Doctor.
Almost, not quite.
Doctor,
Right.
if you want to argue with your brother, could you not do it in medbay, please?
Right. Sorry.
I'm already getting on my jacket and making my way out.
And I'm falling right behind.
and make my way to the bridge.
We'll cut to Tamira as you head over to the station, and you can see the lot of crew running by you as they're rushing back to the Artemis on the red alert call, as they're scrambling to get it ready to get it untethered and ready to fly off. And even on the station, you can hear alarms going off.
Operations. Status report.
Operations here. There seems to be 3 fighter craft chasing after the Solar Pioneer. They're beyond our extreme range for weapons, but we only really know what's going on based on the sensor readings of the Pioneer. They're not doing too well. They just have phaser banks. They are no match for dedicated fighters. We think it's the Scream of the Reach.
Please clarify.
Right, you weren't here when they started. The Scream of the Reach are a pirate band that likes to attack this sector. They usually don't attack freighters this close to the station because we have our own wing of small craft to chase them off. However, for some reason, they're deciding to do it now, and they did it just beyond our range.
Are the fighters able to launch?
We can scramble some pilots right now, although most of the Andorian pilots are on the surface right now helping with pacification.
Recall a few of the pilots and have them prepare. Just in case. I will be up there momentarily.
Yes, ma'am. Operations out. And as you step into the operations room, which we'll cut to here. Well, that doesn't help because you guys can't see it. You step in and you see everyone in the room madly working at one thing or another. A lot of the focus is split between getting the Artemis ready to go and then getting the personnel up, while still trying to coordinate the security on the colony.
Priority takes on the Artemis to get it cleared for launch.
Yes, ma'am. Give me presence plus command, difficulty 1, and Ray, you can assist on the other side to make sure that the Artemis is ready ahead of time in a speedy manner.
Focus and composure, persuasion.
I'll give you composure.
It's taking a momentum.
Oh, momentum gone. Oh, and the station would help with communications plus command.
Got it. Or not.
Oh, that roll from you earlier was you before Tamira's. That was your roll to help.
Yeah,
1
the
and
roll.
2?
Yeah, the 1 and 2 is the one to assist her.
Yeah,
You
you're
only
only supposed
roll
to roll 1 for
Oh.
assist.
Sorry,
Sorry,
1.
I'll take the first one.
Yep, that works.
So that is 2 momentum gained. As the Artemis is quickly arranged for, they're tethered away and they're ready to launch.
Artemis, you are cleared to depart.
Station command, this is Artemis. We are free and clear to navigate. Artemis out. And at that moment, and I want to get a couple orders on my bridge if we're cutting to that.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
As the commander cuts away, the crew look to you, Tamira. Orders, ma'am.
I believe my orders were standing to retrieve some fighter pilots.
We have the fire pods coming up now. We can get to launch underway. Shall we get the peregrines out, or we're going to send the runabouts out, ma'am?
The peregrines will be most appropriate for this, but have them on the ready.
Ma'am? We're not launching them right away?
I do not wish to leave this station defenseless.
Aye, ma'am.
This could be in a ruse, for all we know.
That actually fits their profile, ma'am. You can roll presence plus command difficulty 2 to set up the advantage of having the fighters ready to go on a moment's notice. Sort of like a standby position.
Is the station helping?
Yes, communications plus command.
I believe we're at definitely 4 momentum, but I'm spending 1, so we'll be at 3.
Huh, see, it works.
Sorry, my bad.
Gain 1 momentum.
So we're back up to 4.
All right. They're all fueled up and ready to launch on your word, Commander.
Understood.
Ma'am, we're getting a request from the council to withdraw our Starfleet personnel from the surface. Apparently, the council is launching an investigation into what happened today, and they no longer want us to be there right now.
She raises an eyebrow. Have the Starfleet personnel move towards the quarantine section around the drill? No one is allowed in or out.
You can do presence command or presence con. It's going to be opposed by the council leader because he's trying to get your guys to leave.
Okay. Spending my determination on this.
Can't imagine why.
Emotion in crisis only makes things worse.
Hey, that's very fitting.
Spending a momentum, we go down to 3. Spending 2 momentum, so we're down to 2 momentum. That's 5.
Does he care that much to use up a value? Does he really care? You have a focus. You could make it. Spend a third for an extra die. So get 3 momentum. And point of fact, apparently the Andorian Guard even create another buffer away from the Starfleet office, the elevator, to try to. They're not like side by side with Starfleet. They're just going like another block away and then creating a sort of perimeter around the mine, the elevator, I should say. Almost like someone advised Trefalia that maybe giving every effort to look like he's doing something would be a good idea.
I mean, there is a, class 4 quarantine infector around the mine right now. It's for the safety of the colony.
Yeah, a certain Federation Council member probably yelled at him for a good 5 minutes down there. But yes. Is there anything else you wish to do before we cut away?
No. I mean, I like to beam down where the anomaly's at because I want to set up monitors, but I mean, that can come later.
Okay. Mistakes were made.
Damn it.
So, Shran, you were able to meet up with Councilmember Varric at the temple in the Vulcan Ward.
Council member.
Guard Commander.
I've come to repay the debt I owe you. I would like to get down there and get back up as fast as possible because I have no desire to be down there. But I also don't need this lingering over me. If you would like to come, I can give you access for as long as you need, or for the rest of the day.
Very well. Let us proceed. He retrieves a satchel and hangs it off himself, and he picks up what appears to be a staff, just a little shorter than he is.
Does it look like a weapon or just something that you'd walk with?
It looks like a walking stick, but you've been here long enough that the poor schmuck who decides to attack the Councilmember Varric finds out that that walking stick is made of rather solid wood, so he's able to defend himself rather ably. It's one of those things where it's like, it's not technically a weapon, so it doesn't break the rules, but
I lead the way.
as you make your way to the elevator, I assume that's the way you're going in.
Yes.
You run into your own men who seem to be couples of blocks, city blocks, if you will, away from the elevator, restricting movement.
Lieutenant, report.
Council Leader Trefalia has requested that we assist Starfleet security in maintaining their quarantine at the request of Councilmember S. We're keeping people further back given the current investigation. Varric raises an eyebrow. Starfleet works fast.
Are they armed?
Your guys?
No,
As-
not my guys. I ask him, are they armed?
with their Type 2 phasers, yes.
I turn around to the council member. I do not at all appreciate this armed presence here, especially in violation of council law.
Knowing S, he probably put in a requisition for Starfleet aid. He's the reason they were here in the first place.
He can't uniformly invite a foreign military onto this planet.
Commander Shran, I would remind you that we are still a member world of the United Federation of Planets. If someone believes that the planet is under some imminent danger, a member of the government can request for aid. Now, I could turn this around by going back to the council chamber and calling for a vote, but I don't think that's to either of our advantage right now. But if you can get me to that line, I can find the rest of the way there.
I need to go down with you, sir. There's been suspicious activity on that elevator, and you are much too valuable to be left to the whims of someone who could pull a stunt like they did a few days ago and blow the elevator.
You can roll presence, command, or con. Difficulty 2. He seems reluctant to bring you along with him. Although it seems like he thinks he could bring you along, whatever his plan is.
I'll buy up to 4 dice with momentum. Oh, wait, no. I'll spend 1 threat and 2 momentum because I need. Re-rolling a 0.
You press your argument with Varric a bit, and he. Just you, though.
Just me.
I'm officially requesting that the commander of the Imperial Guard assist me in my efforts to inspect the mine. Would you be free for such a request?
Yes, sir. I think I can assist you.
Very good. I believe the commander needs you to stand aside. And your guards kind of look at him, look at you, like, what is... Commander?
Hold the line. As I walk past them, I say, "Hold the line." Not step in front of me and stop me, but
Yeah.
just stand fast.
They give you a look as you walk by them. There's no reason to stop you. You're supposed to be there. They give a look to Varric. You don't
Hold the
say
line
anything to them.
behind.
And they let him go by, and there's a slight... You can see that your men are a little unnerved, but you're there, so it can't be all bad. Eventually, after a bit of walking, don't worry, there's no traffic because no one's allowed here. You approach the elevator, and you see that there is a team of Starfleet security officers. Their phasers are still at their belts. They're just standing there, hands behind their back, just making themselves obviously seen.
I keep position behind the council member.
I need you to move. Council member, no one's allowed down there. There's a class 4 quarantine. I need you to move now. Council member, you can't just... And at that moment is when he takes his staff and clobbers a lot of them in quick succession.
He hits them?
Yeah, he hits them just very quickly, taps them on the side of the head with a rather quick motion, and before you know it, the 4 of them are down.
I walk back a couple of steps, point the rifle at him, and tell him to drop the staff. Drop the staff now, and this is going to go a lot easier.
Commander, are you about to fire upon a council member?
There's got to be at least 30 observation devices that just saw you commit violence against people enforcing a lawful order.
5 observation devices that are currently deactivated due to maintenance concerns. Right now...
I tap my combat. All Imperial Guard units move to my location on the elevator.
You hear static when you hit your comm badge. Commander.
Don't
Did you
worry.
really think I was that lazy?
It doesn't matter. I'm going to have to argue my case. We've already chosen sides here. And I fire.
And we're cutting to someone else now. Wow. Haven't been here for a bit. New scene. As Commander Ray and the Doctor are getting the Artemis underway. They just got the all clear from the station.
Con, distance to the Solar Pioneer?
At Warp 9, it'll take us about an hour. We could probably cut it if we redline it. We could probably get there in half.
Warp 9, engage.
Warp 9, aye, sir. Whoops. Hold on. Sorry. I just turned it off. Hold on. I got it. I got it. I'm okay.
Direction.
We are now underway, sir.
Science. Can you give me sensor air scans of the Solar Pioneer and the attacking vessel?
Which supporting character are you gonna do for that, or is the doctor gonna walk over there?
Probably supporting character.
Well, the one is KIA or MIA.
Yeah, you never had him.
Looks like I'm stepping in then.
Yeah, he always did this. You're pretty sure.
Make a new one.
You probably will have to because no one bothered to save the guy.
Ow! I was trying. I never got the opportunity.
Fine, let a little riot prevent you from saving a crewman.
Idon, you want to do this, or can we have
Yeah. I'm just waiting to hear what the role is, what the difficulty is.
All right.
It is a reasoned science roll. Difficulty is 3 since they're so far away.
Okay, I'll go ahead and spend a momentum. And difficulty is 3. You know what? I'll spend the 3 momentum for the fourth guy. And let's end up 1 back. And untap potential. Ooh, yay!
Oops. Oh, you got 2 momentum, darn you. Didn't even give me any. Stingy? Don, you should see 2 new entries at the top of the Roll20.
Yes. Well, I have pictures, but is that okay?
Oh, you don't see the sheets? Oh, right. Hold on. I know what's wrong. I did this exact same thing last time.
Okay.
There you go. And there you go.
Okay, just the one of each.
There are 3 fighters. And actually, looking at the Silver Freighter, I'm going to update its breaches.
Ooh, that's bad.
And
Yikes.
oops, there we go.
Looks like we got 3 small pirate fighters engaging with the SS Solar Pioneer. The Pioneer shields are down, and they have breaches on multiple decks, damages to their engines, weapons, and communications, and structure.
Would it be a shorter list to say, hey, what isn't damaged?
Probably, but I thought I'd be thorough. It's been a while since I've been at the station.
Can you give me a ETA estimate and how long they'll last?
Based on the that require me as an out of character to know something about how Starship combat works. No, I'm kidding.
Or can we forward that information to an engineer who will be able to analyze that better?
Does the I think the Artemis has improved sensors, doesn't it?
Yeah, we do have
High
high
resolution.
resolution. Okay, so that's a free question. We'll use that for a free question then.
Sending you the information in Discord.
Okay. Actually, based on sensor data, it looks like their attempt was to disable the Solar Pioneer, and now they're getting materials off, but there's no boarding parties on, and it doesn't look like they have active weapons fire right.
How are they getting the materials off?
Transporters. They looks like they were. My best guess is they were trying to disable the shields and weapons, and then just transport materials off once they were defenseless.
Standard piracy.
Not every pirate has that good a transporter though.
Okay, that might be. Are you saying that their air transporters are more advanced than they should be?
Well, for a fighter.
Okay, that's something to consider later.
All right.
Are we within communication range of the fighters?
We are within hailing range, sir. Yes.
Not much use hailing them, and when we're still an hour out. Now, if you redline, and how fast can we get there?
About 20 minutes.
I mean, if we give them enough advance warning, they might break off and just leave. We would have them outgunned.
We would definitely have them outgunned. I just don't know. Oh, if you want to catch them by surprise, or if we want to try, give them stern talking to and have them and run with what they have.
Your call, Commander.
How's the communications on the Solar Pioneer? Can we hail the Pioneer?
Their communication systems have taken damage. We can try. They might be able to hear, but I can't guarantee they'll be able to send anything back.
Let's open a hailing frequency to the Solar Pioneer now. Let them know helps on the way. Try to keep it a tight beam, and not warn the pirates.
Any person that you want to use for sending that communications, ideally someone with a good engineering score, because they're looking at a difficulty 2 right now.
Yeah, we should probably use Saru. Actually, wait, no, Saru's security. Never mind. I was the wrong person.
Riki Kidesarua?
Sataria, yeah, Sataria.
Sataria, yeah. We'll use that person.
Okay, she can do that. And I believe was that control engineering for them?
Control engineering, and the ship can assist with communications plus engineering.
I have the ship.
Okay.
You gain a momentum. You're fairly certain. She is fairly certain that the message got to them, and the pirates, unless they literally fly directly to the path of the direct beam, which she's making an effort not to let them to turn it off if they happen to fly that way. But they seem to be holding station now. It's a matter of whether or not they will hear you. Commander, I'm certain they heard us, but I'm not getting anything back from them. I'm just getting static.
That'll have to do for now. What can you tell me? What can and the social database tells me about this particular pirate faction?
Give me reason plus security. Difficulty of 2, assisted by ship's computers plus security.
Focus on cultural studies.
Yes.
I feel like I'm abusing that, but that's what I'm built for. Assisted by computer security.
Correct.
Somehow I made it.
Get a momentum. Oh, I see what you did. Yep. You got him. Actually, I'll just tell you, it's faster. The Scream of the Reach is a pirate faction that arrived in the last 20 years. They have a large mothership that operates beyond the fringes of Federation space, and their tactic is usually to send fighters to very quickly skirt across the border as fast as they can. They usually wait for a Starfleet vessel to finish its patrol along the borderline, and then they race across while the listening posts start yelling for help. And knowing their tactics, because they're used to, and normally logs have shown that they have attacked this area of space before, but because ever since the station's always made it fairly hard for anyone to want to attack, because they would send out fighters to chase them off. One of the tactics they're commonly known for, and this is why they're known as the Scream, is that when you get into combat distance, they just flood subspace band with interference. So all you're hearing is just a screeching noise over the comms. And that's just the fighters. They all seem to be specially equipped with a very special signal defeating device or dampening device of some kind. There have been attempts to sally forth beyond the border to get the mothership. It is a large battleship class carrier that Starfleet has. With the war on, it wasn't the priority because it never entered Federation space, and it seemed to be bothering the Cardassians more than it was bothering Federation. But in recent times, they've been focusing more on the Federation side. There is talks in Starfleet Command about sending a ship out to deal with that ship, but there's talks also of even a shuffle of the fleet in this area. The 3rd Fleet is currently here now for this theater, but they're actually reorganizing to swap out with the 10th out in the Shackleton, but that's not for a while yet. So it's a bit of a mess right now logistically to deal with them.
And one-on-one Artemis versus the battleship would not go our way.
Looking over their file. Actually, because you looked up the files, you get to see what the fighter is. Oops, no, wrong person. So there's what the fighter looks like. And
Oh,
there
cool
is-
design.
there's the Scream of the Reach, the mothership of their little pirate fleet. And one thing that's confused them is that the designs of the ships don't conform with any known species. And usually when the ships are hit and disabled, they self-destruct and scuttle themselves, which usually destroys the pilots within. They've never shown any indication of boarding. Worst case scenario, there have been long-range reports from listening posts of ships that have sallied forth after the battleship. And when a ship gets disabled, it gets swallowed up by the mothership, and it warps off, and they don't know what happens to the ship. Well, it doesn't swallow it, but like it has grapplers on the bottom that'll grab onto a ship, and then they'll warp away to do with whatever it is they do with the ship. But no one's seen whoever these pirates are. And
So we're not even sure or what race they are.
Yep.
Assumed like mixed pirate fashion.
That's the presumption, but there's too little data right now. Starfleet Security, all they know is it's not a Dominion ship. It isn't Cardassian. It doesn't look Tholian. And the other faction in nearby wouldn't have a ship that advanced, the Tellarian Republic. Plus, the Tellarian Republic are indifferent to the Federation. You leave us alone, we leave you alone. They're not hostile. They just don't want to be interfered with.
Plus, from what I know of the Tellarians, and they're a proud warrior race, so being smash and grab pirates would be beneath them.
Yes, very much so.
Okay, so nothing there to deal with, although, we are... what's the crew and cargo manifest of the Solar Pioneer?
The Solar Pioneer is made out... They have a lot of parts for repairing the geothermal generator and the mining drill. The Solar Pioneer was coming here on the presumption that the mining drill, the geothermal project was going to succeed, and they were going to be here as the supplier for parts. Very expensive and hard to get. Expensive in the sense that it's a pain to get. It's a time sink to get it, unless you're getting outside the Federation, which this one probably did. So it's not the sort of thing you can just pick up at your local starbase. You kind of have to go out of your way to get all that's needed.
Okay, but any other cargo they're carrying in their manifest?
What are you looking for in particular?
Besides the Geo Elger, would it be anything of interest that the pirates would go, ooh, shiny, let's grab that? Or would they specifically go after the drill bits?
The drill bit's probably the most expensive thing they have aboard. Hard to fence, because it's not because it's so cheap, but because it's very specialized. It's for a specific... If you're not doing any geothermal production or deep planet drilling, you kind of don't need it. I mean, theoretically, you could use it to open vaults, but there's easier ways to do it. If they're doing this to thieve and make money, a profit, it's a very annoying profit. It'd almost be easier to go after a food transport or a weapons dealer or something, not a mining parts ship.
That's... And of course the manifest would be like generally easy to get, so they would know that the Solar Pioneer is carrying this and not...
Unless they suspect that they have something else. But yeah, it's most people put it up on their manifest to let people know, and ships even advertise, here's what we have, especially in Federation space, because what are they worried about? Oh, ships in the Federation don't get attacked by pirates because the fleet's here. It just so happens they're in a sector that's fairly far away from the nearest starship is you right now, and the next one is over at Deep Space T1, and they're on the other side of the sector.
Yep. Okay, so I have a suspicion here that they were sent specifically to have the drill bits and disrupt the drilling operation, because otherwise, as you said, it isn't really a fensible item. And the fact that they're beaming stuff over means that they found something they want and they're taking it with them. So I have the suspicion that someone hired them. But I'm not sure what to do with that information besides I chase down these pirates.
Commander, ETA 10 minutes.
Don, what do you think?
Well, depends on what. Well, do you want to bring them for questioning, or want to make sure that they or recover? How important is it that we recover anything that might have beamed off?
Well, it took a while to get the supplies out here in the first place, and it took a while to get some more. But that's just a time.
Assuming they're beaming it on they're beaming the materials directly onto their ships. We might have an advantage if they don't see us coming. If they see us coming, they'll probably be ready for a fight. So,
Um, bridge engineering.
Engineering, go ahead.
Prepare emergency repair air crews for our transport. Or I want some teams over there on the Solar Pioneer to help them and get up and running.
Give me presence engineering difficulty 2 to set up that advantage. I'll actually give you command since you're the CO.
I am the CO, damn it.
I guess you are.
Focus in tactics, composure, persuasion.
I'm gonna say no, but you are assisted by a ship's communications plus engineering.
Okay, I'll just roll flat. Wait, did I get a 1? I got a 1.
Give me a break.
Computers and communication.
Communication plus engineering, yeah.
All right,
Two
I have
momentum gain. Give me a break. Really? That's awesome. Yeah, you have repair teams all organized, ready to go. You give them a quick brief on what they're supposed to be repairing, and well, you don't give them the brief. You tell your chief engineer to give them the brief, and you send them the relevant data.
And I want them near the transporter pads, ready to go at a moment's notice. We might have to do a hit and run.
All right.
Well, you wanted to do an away team.
I didn't say I wanted to. I said I would. Never mind.
ETA 5 minutes. We're gonna be coming up on them in a second, sir. How close do you want to jump on them?
Bring us within 1,000 meters.
Close range, aye, sir.
You want to scream into the void? Oh, speaking of screaming in the void, can we drop a comm buoy on the way and to help cut through their interference?
Aye, sir. We could drop it now if we're gonna do it.
Drop it.
Dropping probe now.
And whatever you need to spend to create that advantage.
It's just an action. You just had to remember to do it before you got there. I thought I was giving you the countdown. I was like, oh, please, drop a convoy. But you're fine.
Okay. Dr. Lorba?
My commander?
Prepare a emergency medical response team. They might have injured on the craft.
Right
on
away,
the
sir.
Pioneer. And
we changed to a new scene.
Well, have fun with all that momentum.
Lieutenant Commander Tamira, I believe you were intending to head down to transport, beam down to the colony.
I wanted to beam down into where the anomaly's at and set up sensor buoys, essentially, to notify if anyone beamed in there. It's not like I could put a transporter inhibitor down there that I don't know how I would get back up or back down again, so can't do that.
Just use the elevator.
It's broke.
You actually heard that it's been fixed recently because they needed it for the upper floors.
Oh, that is news.
That is news. As you get into the transporter room with your equipment in tow, are you bringing any personnel with you, or just going down by yourself?
I'm going into the actual anomaly section, so no.
You want to bring on some civilians to watch you work?
No. No, absolutely not. No Starfleet personnel at all, because I don't think anyone could literally make the check. They have to have...
Operations to Lieutenant Commander Tamara.
Go ahead.
We just lost contact with the quarantine team near the elevator. We can't raise them, and none of the observation sensors in that area are working. Suggest we request help from the Andorian guard nearby. See what happened. Make sure everything's all right.
How many station personnel do we still have aboard?
That are free. We could probably send down another 5 teams or so.
Have a security team meet me in the transporter room.
I'm in. There'll be one momentum, and I gain a threat.
She's going.
Whoa. They're always so big.
I guess change of plans, like always. She's going to beam down where the security teams are at.
Ma'am, do you want to type 2?
I have a type 2.
They look at your head belt. Oh, sorry, ma'am. Do you want any other equipment, ma'am?
Do you have
As
a
they start getting on the
recommendation?
pad and getting their phasers ready.
Is there a recommendation, Ensign, you would like to recommend a additional equipment?
Body armor for you, ma'am. Got pretty hairy down there not that long ago. I don't exactly want to be responsible for you getting shot. Ma'am. Some of the other guys give him a look like, really? Perhaps request that she get a personal shield generator. It's our job to protect her. She doesn't need that. Unless you want it, of course, ma'am. They shake their heads at their fellow ensign.
I guess body armor would be appropriate in this manner. She kind of just raises an eyebrow.
The guy who recommended it seems pleased with himself, while the rest of the guard kind of look at you a little surprised, and at him like, oh, she took your suggestion. Good for you.
So it's escalation and opportunity.
It's at least, I think it's 1 escalation. I forget how much.
One
but I might be
opportunity.
wrong.
It's 1-1.
Just 1? Okay. So 1 momentum gone as Tamara gets a set of body armor. And you will beam down with that. For the purposes of the combat that Strand starts, you'll be coming in not the first round, but the next round. You'll basically, because you'll beam right there where it's going on.
All right.
I'm going to move us up here so there's a bit more room. Shran, as you get ready to level your rifle against Varric, you see some a black robe figure step out from one of the passageways with a Ushan Tor in his hand.
Can you give me like 2 minutes? The pizza guy came at the wrong time.
Sure. How's everyone doing?
Oh, just Ducky.
I have a dumbass plan and to save the day. Let's see how this works.
Please don't blow up the Artemis.
So,
I don't
sorry,
think the Artemis at risk is. I'm more worried about the Pioneer.
sorry. There's this one pizza dude who I have to spend some time on the phone with him to get him through a gate that has a 4-digit code. It's only 4 digits, but we got to take it 3 or 4 times to get it right. Oh, sorry. You said something about black robe figure.
Yes. Currently, Varric is what amounts to close range to you. But there's a black robe figure with an Ushan Tor in their hand, range as they're stepping out of one of the alleyways. And,
I
go ahead.
I pivot so that basically both of them are in front of me to some degree. And I shout at the guy in black. Identify yourself and stand back.
You can attempt a presence plus security, difficulty 2.
Since I'm issuing him orders where to stand, will he accept combat tactics? Because I'm trying to give myself distance in case I have to engage.
I'll give it to you increased complication.
Sure. Take the threat.
Sure. Huh. I'll get 4 momentum. And feel free to roll me 7 challenge dice.
Sorry, how many momentum was gained?
4. So maxes out with 2 floating.
Okay. We'll look at what to do with the 2 momentum, but I guess I need to roll first. Am I going to need to do things before that?
You get the feeling that at current, the person seems rather resistant to your efforts to get them to identify themselves.
Is this something that would have resistance where I would need piercing, or would that be a waste?
Piercing could work.
1 floating on piercing and 1 to reroll 3 dice.
Very good. We are the truth, and we shall push aside anything that keeps us from it. And he kind of holds up his Ocean Tor menacingly.
Put the blade on the ground, or I will be forced to use hostile action to detain you.
On the hostiles' turn, Varric's going to walk up to the elevator doors. He touches some buttons as you're having your shouting match with the guy. Doors open. He then quickly steps in, and he kind of makes a motion with his staff, like he taps it, like he's saluting you with it, as the doors close. At that moment, Tamira and a Starfleet security team beam into the location.
Do I have the ability to act now?
Either yourself or Tamira can act at this point. You can feel free to consult because you're both there. I won't make
I'm-
you use up actions on that.
I'm gonna shout at the guy again to put down his weapon.
You can attempt another presence plus security roll. Difficulty 2. And actually, question, Tamira, would you consider yourself an ally of Shran at the moment?
Probably. He is the essentially chief of security. He hasn't really, character-wise, from what my character has seen, give any reason not to doubt him yet.
So that means the security team you brought with you brings down the difficulty down by 1.
Take a threat.
Sure.
Does combat tactics still count?
Yes.
I'm gonna let that stand.
You have 6 momentum.
Oh, is that 6 momentum before or after the roll?
Did you spend momentum in that last roll? I thought you said take a threat.
No.
I'm sorry.
I didn't.
Okay, yeah. So you maxed out last time.
Oh, then I guess I'll get rid of that complication with the floating.
Roll 7 challenge dice. He drops his Ishrantor and puts his hands up. There's a moment where he does. You can see. You can't really see their face, but there's that body language of doing some quick mental math here. Of, I have a knife. There's at least 5 people here with weapons. I'm not winning this fight. I'm done.
I'm gonna go arrest him.
Commander Shran, was there anyone else down here, or was it just that one individual?
No, I was requested to escort the Vulcan counselor. He was turned away by your forces and decided that violence was his best alternative. He has attacked your people. For some reason, I cannot raise my people.
Communications are being blocked by unknown means. Where is the
All right.
council member?
He's fled down the elevator.
It is an imperative that he does not reach the bottom of the mine. There is a
Your people.
there's a
your-
high level hazard. Commander,
I know
down there.
I know what's down there. Can your men guard this Andorian and not let him get away? I'm assuming he's Andorian.
Do you pull back his head covering?
Yes.
Vulcan.
Fascinating.
I kick the Ushan Tor away out of disgust.
Yes.
The Vulcan raises an eyebrow at you and just lets him detained.
Yes.
Can you?
They can. But I must go
Then
down there and stop him. It is imperative. He is not only endangering himself, but this entire outpost.
I'm on it, and I run to the elevator Now, once I've got him tied up, I run to the elevator and
You tap at it and you get a denied noise.
can I try like security protocols or something like that?
Give me insight plus security, difficulty 2, or con. Either would work.
Is this an investigation or
Yeah, I'd give you investigation.
that doesn't make me feel good about the result? I'll use a moment.
Sure. He got it back. Heck, he even got some floating there. It seems that the council member has used his personal code, which overrides yours. He's locked the elevator for emergency inspection protocol.
I'm assuming communications are completely out.
You tap at your comm badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get static.
Do you have any experience overriding these kinds of things?
I have expertise in computers I can attempt to override.
Well, if you want to save half the galaxy, now would be the time.
Very well. But your estimate might be underestimating the ramifications of his actions.
I assume half the galaxy is what would destroy the other half, so forgive me for not understanding galactic politics for the moment. Other things are concerning me.
Very well. What am I rolling, GM?
Extend a task.
Please be science.
Well-
Can be because you're working with the computer. Be science or security. So, and actually, Shrank can assist with this.
If it's security, I didn't need your help.
But I have a focus in computers.
I somewhat needed your help.
Now you two play nicely.
In
When you
fact,
roll ice cream on the way home.
I don't think me and Tamira have been in anything other than amicable conversations.
This is like the longest conversation we've had.
Yes,
No,
you're fighting.
I take that back. We were throwing a little shade about whose job it was to quell the riot.
A little bit.
But I feel like there was an instigator there. It might have been more calm if the instigator was not present.
Who is instigating? Who said
yes,
anything about instigating?
You're looking at an opposed difficulty, work of 10, magnitude of 3, resistance of 2. The oppose isn't him actively doing something, it's the fact that he's put in such a robust system to keep people from breaking his code that it's somewhat difficult.
So, what's the stat, attribute?
I would say control.
I'm rolling a 15.
I'm rolling a 15 too. Would you accept infiltration as a focus?
I would.
Oh, then I think we're evenly matched for this, so it really doesn't matter. I don't have a talent that allows me to re-roll, so if you've got bold
I
or
do.
cautious,
I
yeah,
have
then
both
you should take.
science. Take a threat. Spending 2 momentum.
I'm going to spend one of those threat for an extra die. All right, I remember how I did this now because I was keeping stuff all secrety and stuff. I'm glad I bothered buying an extra die. He might have got at least one. Probably not. Oh, okay. Really? Hold on.
Yeah, even if he could get all twos, it wouldn't matter. It would still be even.
So we're at 6.
I'm just seeing how much momentum you just got because you definitely beat him.
Spent 2, so we're at 4.
So you're.
So that sounds like 4
So we have 2
momentum for
float.
you.
So we have 2 floating.
Yeah.
Resistance is 2. 1 floating, 2 piercing. So it's
Yep.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you think it's worth to spend the other
Just dump it.
float?
Yeah, because
I
I
could.
assume the quicker we do this, the faster we're able to catch.
Right. So I'm thinking of spending 1 to reroll 2 dice. We're still capped at that point.
Well,
Just-
you're at 7 work. If you just dump,
Oops. I guess it didn't matter.
so now we just need 2 work. So
Yeah.
just put 2 momentum. Is it 2 or is it 3? It's 3. Yeah, just put 3 momentum into work and we've got it.
It would still only be 2 breakthroughs. It's better to spend the 2 momentum because it's still 2 breakthroughs at that point. Even if you go past it, it's still a breakthrough. When you go past it, you don't get the extra breakthrough.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we get 2 breakthroughs no matter what when we meet it.
The next roll, basically, you're just checking to see if you roll complicated.
Right.
Now, like it's super easy now that you broke the work track.
So we're down to 4 momentum. So yeah, take a threat.
Sure.
Why?
There's
Why did we give him threat?
6. For the reroll,
Oh, okay.
just in case there's a complication.
And because you broke the work track, he's not rolling opposed because you broke whatever coding he put in. You're just getting that last step down.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I don't need to reroll it because we're at 10. So 1 to piercing. That's it.
Yeah.
And that should do it.
You
But that
unlock
was
the elevator.
I believe we're capped again, right?
Yes.
Yep.
If only it was this easy to work with all of Starfleet, we could get things done a little bit better. And I say that as I'm like typing, like I'm pushing on the commands to drop the elevator.
Somewhere that just here. I heard that.
Wait, drop the elevator?
Oh, I mean, just like once we get in it and I set a floor or whatever, the elevator is going to go down.
Oh,
No,
I
I
thought you were
don't
making his elevator drop.
No, I said that a little bit wrong. The right way. No, that might over 1,000 kilometers. That would probably end up killing him, but it might also cause very adverse effects in the planet.
Yes, you are able to summon another elevator.
It's a terminal velocity on an elevator that size. Yeah.
She just walks in, stands at sort of an attention pose.
Are you leaving the security detail behind to take the
Yeah.
and secure the scene?
Yes.
Okay.
The fewer people that go down there, the better. Not
Yeah,
lying.
I'm not gonna say anything. No, I was debating on whether or not to get one of them to bring the guard here or not, but I don't think I will. Not as in down the elevator, as in to guard the elevator.
They're kind of gonna be doing that anyway because they have to secure the scene, which includes the guards that were shot and all that.
It's what, a team of 5, so
Yeah.
it's a couple of them could take the person into custody to the guard. 3 can remain at the elevator shaft, and then the other 2 return back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. I'll just let them do whatever they're gonna do.
And we cut to the Artemis, warping in. Their comm system just getting here. All you can hear is a screeching noise, and the operations officer quickly taps at their console to make it stop. And that's communications gone.
Well, open a channel to the pirates.
You're in combat rounds as they begin to attack you.
All right, do we get the jump on them coming out of warp, or?
They saw you coming a mile away.
Yeah,
As-
we're exactly subtle.
A resourceful GM would have had a certain sheet open ahead of time. Do. No. Boop. Yes, one of the fighters immediately breaks away from badly damaged freighter and begins firing on you.
All right. Well, I would have said, come in, red alert. So.
Yeah, your shields are up and the like, and your weapons are on.
Okay.
I'm waving that one because once the ship got called, those I turn on for you automatically.
Question:
Answer:
Are those two close range to each other?
yes.
Are they in medium range of the ship?
They're close range to the ship, more or less.
No,
Everyone's
the Artemis,
actually-
to the Artemis.
Yeah, you're basically all kind of in a close range cluster because they jumped right on top of them.
You have a suggestion, Tamara?
Well, I'm not there, but this is me as a player, not the character.
One of the security guys points this
Yeah,
out.
one of the security guys.
Yeah. So phaser rays have what ability called area, and any enemy in hostile range you can essentially hit. If you
I
want
mean,
effect.
we have multiple targets. It's anyway, so now would be the time to totally do an AoE attack.
If you roll a complication,
You could hit
you can hit the freighter.
Okay.
I'm
Do we
not even
have
sure
it?
you have to roll a complication. I think you may have to roll a complication.
Depends
it
on how
may-
mean the DM wants to be.
Mwahaha.
Who's the guy who's gonna be on the security controls?
be track. Or Saru. It'd be Saru.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
So he moves
And
up
this-
to you.
This is his. Oh.
Shoot at you. Not the freighter. Freighter isn't shooting at them. Not this time.
All right. Let me look at numbers here.
Spending a threat for an extra die. And this is, yep.
Continually add something to.
Gain a threat because he only needed to hit a target of 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's
Plus some
after
piercing.
resistant? Oh.
Tough little fighters.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's to the ship, right?
Yes. I think resistance keeps it from being a breach. I think I just hit your shields.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think you're fairly big. You still have 2 resistance because of that. So 5, 6, 7.
Well,
It's 5. It is a breach. It's 6, 7, minus 2, which would make it 5.
Just barely.
All right, what was it?
Structure.
Ooh.
Challenge dice time.
Uh-oh.
Boom. 1 challenge dice. The commander. The doctor.
Okay.
Your panel. There's explosions all over the ship, and the panels nearest the doctor and the commander are ones that explode. Well, actually, for the commander, probably a bit of ceiling starts falling down on him. For 2 threat and or 2 momentum, you can avoid an injury
Each.
2 threat.
each.
I'll spend those 2 momentum.
Wait, it's only one. It's only one challenge dice.
Oh, so I don't hit. Okay, so randomly
Yeah.
one of them gets hit. Oh,
Randomly, one person gets hit.
okay, so you don't have to spend that much. 1 is the commander, 2 is the doctor. The doctor.
Yeah, I'll spend 2 momentum.
Okay. As your panel explodes and it starts overcharging, you back away quickly.
Can you avoid a lethal injury?
Yes.
Okay.
Commander, your orders?
Target all 3 E fighters and fire at will. Full spread. Phaser.
Okay.
I mean, we could do a scan for weaknesses first, but
Well, it does. It only works on one craft.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, we have
So-
multiple targets to
Right.
take care of, so
And they're not going to have the
Yeah.
scale to really warrant that.
yeah, they're tiny fighters, so just
Yeah, it makes sense.
baff them all.
They probably don't have much resistance.
According to the file I saw, I don't think they have any resistance.
So
They have
Well, if they have scale, they have resistance.
Yeah,
Which means 1 or 2, probably.
1.
Oh, if you're in close range and they're 1, that means it's a +1 difficulty to hit.
yeah, it's difficulty 3. I'm thinking about giving him the quick talent though, the tactical officer.
It's not +1 because it's close range. It's +1 because it's a small craft. So close range would make it 2.
Right. Yeah. I
So,
forgot about that.
do we-
So yeah, it's difficulty 4.
Do we want to be at close range, or do we want to back off first?
This is. We have the momentum, and we're gonna be able to pull enough. I mean, technically, I give him a value or a talent for this. He's rolling a 15.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think we're good. Let's take the shot.
I'm gonna give him the value. Let's go with, or not value, talents. How about
How do you
bold,
write-
bold security? Let's go bold security for the guy.
Okay.
Why not? This is his 3rd activation, so. Difficulty 4. He's got starboard tactical systems.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. Ooh.
So as long as they're
3.
firing from the right side of the ship.
Yeah. I probably just should rename that to tactical systems, but. Or it's actually supposed to be shipboard.
That's kind of the joke.
Ow,
Yeah.
ow, ow, ow.
The joke.
No joking. Super serious time.
3
Superhero,
threats,
guys.
3 momentum to roll 5 dice.
Can I assist him with a presence command?
You have to be doing your direct task to do that.
Which you could.
I could do the direct task. Let's do it.
It's the only one you can do though during this scene.
I think this warrants it. Yeah, let's do it.
I And I'm guessing the ship helped with weapons security.
Re-rolling one of the dice. There's the 4. Yes, ship. Believe ship does. It should be weapon security,
Yeah, I rolled it, didn't get anything.
and then the assist from Ray.
Yep, coming. Do I get a focus?
Which focus would you try to apply?
Tactics.
In this case, I'll give it to you.
That's how you do it.
It's 2 momentum.
Literally.
So yeah, this is a area. So just need to roll the phaser damage. I got it.
I tried. Haha.
That's 5.
And you have enough effects that you can hit all 3.
Yep. So all 3 are gonna get hit. The versatile is gonna go into piercing. Trying to remember if the area. Yeah, no, it's just raw, so it doesn't matter. 1 for extra damage, 1 for piercing with the versatile.
Okay.
So total 6, piercing 2. It's all 3.
Oh, kill like overkill.
And not really. Depends on.
Depends on the context.
Well, their shields, whether or not they went down or not, if it's 2 breaches or not. We could technically spend a momentum to reroll 2.
How many momentum total?
We're
We
at
have
2 right now.
total. And we already spent both momentum from versatile, right?
We already spent the both versatile.
Let's go ahead and spend 1 more in order to reroll.
So 7 total with the piercing. That's also another effect.
So they fire on you, and then the phaser beam streaks across, clips one of the fighters, and keeps going, avoids the pioneer, clips the other 2. And they all start tumbling as their shields flicker, and the ships are just kind of tumbling uncontrolled. I have to roll challenge dice now. Ship 1, ship 2, ship 3. From scanners, it looks like that all 3 ships are disabled. Shields are still holding, but the phaser beam struck so hard that it overloaded a lot of their systems. But it looks like 2 of the ships are beginning to seem to be activating an automatic destruction system. The 3rd ship looks like it might be doing that, but its system it hasn't activated yet.
Sorry. Commander, I suggest we tractor the Pioneer out of here.
Agreed. Hey, get a tractor beam on them.
That would.
That will be a roll of control security, difficulty 2, assisted by ship's structure plus security.
Saru can technically go again because there was a direct.
It's true.
So I said difficulty 2?
Yes.
Shipboard tactical systems.
Yes.
Take a threat.
Sure.
Five? It's, what, 3 momentum?
Yes.
I suggest we spend 2 of the momentum to keep the initiative to have the con officer go and maneuver the Artemis and the Pioneer away.
I would agree with you.
What type of action would it be me to beam one of the pirate crews who's aboard?
It would be a task.
A whole task?
yeah.
Pioneers first priority. Okay, 2 momentum, keep the initiative, and con officer, let's pull us out of immediate range of the fighters.
Give me a character can give me a control plus con, difficulty 1. They're just trying not to hit anything on the way out.
I don't think we have a con officer made supporting character.
Yeah, Reika is engineering, Saru is security, and Sirk is science. And I don't think our Andorian person is actually made. Well, like they are, but they're definitely not con.
I can roll 2d20 and I have a rough idea what the number would be. Do you want to spend momentum for them to hit it? Because you can probably make a character. I'm just doing the roll to get it through.
Well, there's been momentum anyway for activating other character, so.
Okay. And the ship would assist with engines con.
And it's
Assuming
only
they get
difficulty
it.
1?
Yeah.
I'd say no. It's not a bad roll for us, actually.
It should. Yeah. No, we'll be fine with the rolling the 3 dice on the ship, but it should be 14 to 15 is the range. So.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, that's about what the ship has.
Yep. You actually gain 2 momentum. Whoops. I didn't want you to do that.
I'll say it's impulse because it's not a which that uses a power.
Yeah, impulse speed, just pull us to medium range.
It goes to long.
Go to long range?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go long range then. What's the effective range of transporters?
Close.
Close? Alright.
But the turn passes to them, so.
And one of the ships explodes, which cascades, destroying the third one, which cascades and destroys the third one. So all 3 ships explode together in this massive ball of light and energy.
Damn it.
I better start getting medical teams over to the Solar Pioneer. I'll let you know once I'll let you know how they're doing once I'm over there.
Okay.
Emergency! Sorry to break through, but the Pioneer's warp core is breached. They're losing containment.
Oh, god damn it.
Emergency transporters, get everyone out of there.
That is going to be either you get I don't know if you have enough crew support left.
We're only
you
at 2.
Oh,
We
okay. You have 2 more left.
Yeah.
So
We already activated Reika, I think.
No, we didn't.
Oh, we didn't? Okay.
do you have a transporter guy you want to do, or are you going to hope presence and engineering will help you?
If we have the crew support, we might as well use Reika.
Let's
Victoria.
use crew support to get Reika.
Okay.
Wait, didn't we already activate her or something?
I mean, I thought we did, but I could be wrong.
Did she roll anything?
Yeah, scroll back. Rolled.
I mean, no. I'm asking, did she roll anything? Because if she didn't, she could be in a scene, but it doesn't use a crew support as long as she hasn't rolled.
There was a roll because for the hail.
Okay, then
Right,
yes, she
yeah.
was already active, but it doesn't matter because the crew support doesn't go up. It's only based on which supporting characters are active during the scene.
Yeah, there's only 2 active supporting right now.
Yeah.
The pilot and the operations person.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
let's.
And tactical, so that's 3 still.
Yeah.
Whatever. Tap it to get Reika.
Okay. Control engineering?
Yep.
What's the difficulty?
Depends how much you're trying to beam. You're trying to beam just the bridge crew, everyone aboard and the cargo. Difference between difficulty of you're beaming to the pad, likely. I'm gonna assume that. So, but they're not
Would precise to a fault count as a value here?
it would.
Okay, someone gave her that value, so she's going to spend her determination on that. She has a focus in transporters / replicators, and she will spend the remaining. She'll spend 2 of the remaining three threats.
Which one is she aiming for before you roll?
I'd say all the crew.
At least all the crew. We'll see if we can squeeze all the crew and cargo. Crew's most important.
Yeah, she'll go for the difficulty.
She's going for difficulty 4, just the crew.
I will handle this democratically, so even if I disagreed, I'd be outvoted. So difficulty 4 it is.
Ooh.
Oh,
How many dice
no.
did you roll? How many momentum did you spend? Two?
I should have only spent 2. I don't know why.
Okay, she does have technical expertise, but roll the ship first.
Okay, yeah. Ship would be.
Because that's 3 successes right now.
Ship would be what? Sensors engineering?
Yes.
There's
Okay.
5. Alright,
So just
re-roll the one.
complication.
Yep, with the technical expertise.
Cool.
There's 6.
So yeah, gain 2 momentum as you beam all.
Well, I don't think Helix will be happy that he doesn't have his drink.
Commander. If you want, you could. The ship's about to blow up. If you can find a value that will give you the impetus to act a little quicker, you might be able to order your crew to get away from the ship before it explodes.
Value: never bargain with people's lives.
I'll give that to you. What is your order? Impulse, warp?
Warp 3 engage. Get us out of here.
The con officer will roll for me a 2 things. Control con, difficulty
Well,
1.
We don't have a con officer, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
You ma-
2d20. Do you want to
I mean, we
spend
did
momentum
move
to give him
one.
an extra die?
On this, yes.
The ship. Oh, it's difficulty 1, so he at least made it. Momentum. With ship's engines plus con.
I'd say warp. How much power are we spending? You said warp 3, right?
Yep.
So I need to roll 3 challenge dice because we have improved warp drive.
Yeah, you might keep all of
We do.
it.
It's awesome.
Good girl.
All right.
Transporter room report.
We got them all, sir. The captain's not too happy with me, but I'm leaving that for security to deal with.
All right.
Incoming hail from the station.
This is the Artemis. Come in.
Just checking in with you, Artemis. We lost contact with you when you engaged the ships. Are you all right?
We're fine. We have injured personnel. Unfortunately, need the Solar Pioneer did not make it, but we've rescued all hands.
Do you require assistance?
I'm prepared to receive injured personnel and just prepare to receive injured personnel for now.
Aye, sir. Glad you're all right, Artemis.
Artemis out.
And Doctor, you can roll a presence plus medicine difficulty 2 to send instructions to the outpost Andon to make sure they know what you need.
Real quick, I upped Reika's engineering since she was activated to 5. Since this was her
Third activation.
4th activation, actually.
Nice.
So
Nice. I like it.
Doctor, your roll.
Sorry.
Presence plus medicine difficulty 2 to pass along some to get your outpost Andon ready for you when you get there. You're basically sending along medical instructions. If you want, you don't have to. You can wait till you're there to worry about it.
No, that's fine. Take a threat.
Okay. Gain 2 momentum.
Cool.
And actually, communications plus medicine. And another momentum. Set course for the outpost, sir?
Set course for the outpost. What's our standard cruising speed? Warp 6?
Warp 8.
Warp 8? Are we allowed to do Warp 8 here?
You're actually a fair distance out. You're just barely in the extreme range of the
No, I meant like the speed limit.
We have improved warp drive, which in game terms that kind of nullifies that ruling that the warp, essentially the nacelles have been upgraded to a better design, so you don't have to. Yeah.
Okay. What's our ETA if we go Warp 8?
a little over an hour, hour 15, hour 30.
Okay. Yeah, let's do Warp 8. What? Warp 9? Why? Why push the engine?
And the Artemis makes its way back to the outpost.
Okay, Warp 9. I trust that's Tamira's voice in my ear.
Should you, though? I mean, if
Yes.
she's really there to help you, she'd be there. As we cut to a new scene. You guys can't see that. Try again. So Tamira and Tran, you're both in the elevator descending down the deep. Just the two of you, all by yourselves.
She just stands at attention the entire time, wearing her body armor.
Tran is gonna fidget a lot because he just went from adrenaline dump to like 100% no action.
Are you alright, Commander?
The weight is kind of annoying.
Any faster would be hazardous to our health.
Any slower, and it's hazardous to the health of the galaxy. Why are you here without your captain?
The Artemis was called away, pirate activity. I elected to remain here to ensure the safety of this mine shaft. Given recent events, it only seemed logical that one of the commanding officers, part of the Starfleet division, would remain behind.
Well, I'd say you chose the right of the two options, but I'm gonna hope that you didn't know that this was gonna be here when you got down here.
Referring to the anomaly, I have already seen it firsthand.
No, I'm referring to all the Vulcans who started attacking people just 2 minutes ago.
I had my suspicions about the council member during my conversation with him the other day.
Yeah, I get suspicions about Vulcans too.
She perks an eyebrow at that. It's like, really?
You know where you're at with the Ferengi and the Klingon.
I see.
The air feels a little thick. Feel at an uncomfortable temperature.
Wait, for which one of us? Because that's very different.
Exactly.
So he's uncomfortable. I'm perfectly fine. Got it.
No, if he's saying we're both uncomfortable, this is in our mind or something. This is not physical.
Yeah. For Tran, it's especially hot. For Tamira, it's especially cold.
Oh.
Oh,
Which is weird.
I unbutton like the front flap of the uniform, where it's not like exposing anything, but just kind of open it up a little bit.
She just keeps her composure, trying to shrug it off.
Both you give me fitness plus medicine difficulty 2.
Here it comes. Survival for a focus.
Yes.
I'll take the same focus.
Sure.
Spending a momentum.
Yeah, I'll spend a momentum.
To difficulty 2.
Yes.
Ooh. uh, Spending 2 to negate that. Sorry, guys.
Shran, for the remainder of this scene, you're going to feel distractingly hot. To the point that you're at a increased complication, just because it's like it feels like you're cooking, like you're on Vulcan right now in summer. Like it feels terrible.
Is there a med kit in here?
Yeah, you see one on one of the walls.
Is there normally anything in a med kit that would kind of like help, like make you feel colder?
Help regulate body temperature.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do a daring medicine difficulty 2 and figure a way to do that. complication range 2, because you do the wrong thing, you're gonna make the well. Actually, you have complication range 2 anyway. Yeah, you could try and start mixing stuff together until you find some way to artificially warm yourself up, cool yourself down rather.
Everything all right, Commander?
I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I just need something, and I open the med kit. I'm gonna spend a. I'll spend a threat. And 2 momentum. I'm sorry.
You kind of heft some of the chemicals that are in the kit, start injecting some of it, some of one into the spray and some of another. You remember a training exercise where you had to do this in the field real quick, so this should cool you down. I mean, you're gonna feel cooler for the next 6 hours, but whatever. You're cooking right now.
Just a little warm, that's all.
Warm? I thought this temperature would be pleasant for you.
Do you inject yourself?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that was. I thought I'd already done that.
I was giving dramatic timing. Wow, that you feel worse.
What?
Yeah, complication range is up to 2 now. It didn't work.
I'm already up to 2, but I succeeded. So it's up to 3?
Yeah. And your character knows they did it right. That's supposed to cool you down. Like, physiologically, you aren't able to heat. Your body should be dropping in temperature now. It went the other way, and that makes no medical sense.
Commander, are you all right?
I'll be fine. Can I start like I'm gonna move to like my half of the elevator, and I'm gonna do some like some calisthenics, some like pre-workout, just like shadow boxing, just to like get the adrenaline pumping and get back in focus.
I'll even point out to you, Tamir, you can see Shran's like antennae curled in a discomfort, and you can see he looks like he's perspirating.
She's gonna pull out her tricorder and do a scan on the room temperature.
Currently it's about standard Starfleet temperature of about 99 degrees Celsius.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
That's not how this works.
That's
We're
hot.
That's lethal.
I wanted to see who's listening.
That's
Standard
What
room
is
temperature is
that?
21
What
degrees
exactly
Celsius.
is that in degrees freedom?
In degrees freedom. It should be in Kelvin technically, but
21 degrees East Celsius is standard room temperature.
Oh, so
37 degrees human
But yeah,
body.
it's room temperature. You shouldn't be feeling either way.
Commander. Are you hot?
Wow, that's a personal question.
I was about to say,
Yes.
I'm flattered, Commander, but this is not the place.
God damn it.
And the doors open.
Do we see him?
You see a fitness plus medicine roll, difficulty 3, as you see a bunch of Romulans and Jem'Hadar, Cardassians, and more Jem'Hadar who are rushing at the elevator as Varric stands before the gate.
Can I use Death Before Dishonor? Because I would rather die than, like, just be unable to fight here. Like, I would rather fight through this even if it resulted in my death than, like, take a moment to cool down.
Sure, I'll give you that. Tamira.
Man. Once we've not
Um,
died,
I'm assuming this is all illusions, so she's gonna walk towards Varric. Council member Varric, I implore you not to go through there.
can I shoot him?
Tamira, I will reduce the difficulty down to 2 since you've run into this illusion before. You still need the test. You did arc me down from 3 to 2, so. Which I've now set a precedent, so uh-oh.
I mean, it's something she kind of. Survival for a focus.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna use one of my saved milestones from last session. Still
I think
wanna
that applies for some reason.
spinning on the
Actually, I'll even give you fitness commando if that's any better.
no, it's worse. It's way worse. Can I spin it on inefficient facts always invite in danger, or logic is the beginning of wisdom, not the end? Just approaching this
I
matter
take
very...
the first one, but the second one makes sense too. So either one.
Okay. So, no more saved normal milestones. That's 4. So again,
As the groups rush you, you know for certain. For one of you, it's your mind's trying to convince you, no, that's real. It's totally real. That's your problem, Tamara, is that it's consciously that isn't, but it's almost like something's trying to force your brain to see otherwise. For Strand, this is a new experience until it's like, wait, these are just apparitions, like holograms or something. They're not really here. So when they rush at you, they blow right by you because you know they're not real.
council member.
Commander.
I want to shoot him.
Yeah, okay. Control plus security, difficulty 2.
The A minor action to reduce difficulty.
Hmm?
I want to take the A minor action,
Well, aim lets you re-roll a die.
but Deadeye Marksman allows me to.
Reroll all the dice.
No, Deadeye Marksman allows me to reduce the difficulty. But aim allows you to re-roll 1 dice before the turn ends.
I thought Deadeye just let you re-roll all of them.
No, Deadeye reduces the difficulty by
Oh,
1.
it does. Yeah, by 1.
Oh, really? Oh. I've been...
We did that like an hour ago or 2 hours ago.
Look, that was a long time ago.
No,
We
he's
did it
right.
twice.
He's right.
Oh no, we did Fire at Will. That's the one
Yeah.
we thought about.
Oh, okay. See? It wasn't my fault. But yeah, go ahead and shoot him. Shooting for lethal?
Yes, because of the gravity of the situation.
I'll take that threat, thank you.
I'll give you a threat.
I think you'll get 4 momentum and you hit him.
Okay.
Well, we're at 4 momentum right now. So we have 2 float.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a swift task after I hit him to hit him again, but I'll go ahead and resolve this first.
Okay.
That's intense. You don't have the threat to keep him up.
You fire your plasma rifle at him and he
He what?
vaporizes.
That's 10.
It's
Wouldn't-
10 and it would
wouldn't-
cost.
He wouldn't vaporize. Did he go past his stress?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He's
damn.
an old man.
Oh. Mm.
It
His
also would
strategy
have cost.
is getting first strike. He didn't get that opportunity.
It would also cost 8 threat to keep him up. I love that gun. Oh, it is accurate. So there is something I would have gotten bonus from aim, and that may be what you were thinking about.
Yeah.
Aim's the free reroll.
His staff falls over. And Shran, you can see something in the gate.
I'll lean over and pick up the staff, and I'll look in
Wouldn't
the
I
gate.
get the go? Are we still in combat rounds, or?
Oh, you're not in combat anymore. The guy's dead.
Tamir pulls out her phaser. Commander, you just executed a member of the Vulcan commission here on this planet. Please explain yourself.
He attacked your people up there with this staff.
But it does not
And-
warrant murder.
That gate does. Would you like to lower the phaser?
All is one. Glory is temporal. But will alone can set the universe. You can just feel these in both of you. You can feel it in your head. Like a realization, a revelation.
I would feel a lot better if you put it down.
I suggest you do you're the same as well.
On the count of 3. Do you trust me enough for that?
It is illogical to engage in a firefight here.
In the gate is an image of Shran, but it seems that he has a chest full of medals. He's dressed in military attire as he's addressing an adoring crowd in front of the administration building. As the Andorian banner drops in front of it, overtaking the Federation one.
Does this look like like destiny, or does it look like a possibility? Do I get the feeling like that's gonna happen, or do I get the feeling like that's an option?
Yes.
Commander, please do not pay attention to that. As she holsters her weapon back.
I kind of bring the weapon to a ready stance. I don't set it down or anything, but I don't point it at Tamir. And I look back at the thing. Do I feel like I have any idea what has to happen for that to come to pass? Or do I feel like it's just...
You see in dark rooms the council leader drinking a wine and dropping the glass and going slack in his chair. In an alleyway in the Federation ward, a trio of Andorians assault the Federation council member and slash him up with the ocean tours, and he drops. A firefight on Outpost Andon. Starfleet and Andorian fight a pitched battle.
Do not.
Image of you giving orders in some sort of control room. Looks like it looks like your garrison room on the outpost. You see civilians and officers alike being blasted, vaporized, badly wounded. Melee happens all across the station. And again, the image of you before your adoring entirely Andorian population.
Commander, we must return to the surface. It is highly too dangerous to be here.
I'm gonna walk towards it.
Doing that, Mira rushes Shran. Stop him.
Do I get to take an
Nerf it,
action, or do we need to
nerf it.
resolve something?
I think a opposed daring roll is going to occur here. Actually, to see if Shran, actually, I'll ask this: when you see Tamir running at you, would you get ready to defend your, get ready to guard, or would you just try to outrun her and jump in?
No, I feel like I'm about to be robbed of something, so I'm going to try to defend myself.
Okay. Opposed daring security. Because I assume Mira is going to try to physically stop you.
Vulcan nerf pitch. That's what I'm gonna do.
There's that, yeah. You can see her doing that gesture with her hand as she's getting ready to reach.
Yeah, I'll max out the dice though. I
Okay,
guess
I'm doing the same then.
in threat probably.
Yeah, you're giving me threat. I don't think you're. Actually,
I'm giving you 1 threat for bold, and then I'm spending 5 momentum.
Oh, hold on a second. I need to look because I have the Ushan on me, so I need to look at the rules for that.
Rerolling at 0.
When I'm targeted by a melee attack and by 1 or more d20s adding to the threat, I may re-roll the dice pool for the task. So I get re-rolls. Re-roll on the 0. Wow.
I believe that's a tie, with him having a complication.
How much threat did I get for that?
You got 6 from me.
7
And I
total. 1 from me.
Okay. Actually, you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4. You both struggle for a second. And then you both are lifted off your feet.
Oh no.
I knew that was going to happen.
and
Why?
vanish. Commander Ray, you step onto the into the operations room. The room is busily working away. They seem to be occupied with, and they seem to be. You can hear calls from them. They're still organizing the pacification efforts of the colony, although that seems to be less issue. They're dealing with the new intake of people. They're dealing with operational issues with the loss of the materials. Thankfully, the Yankees coming in. And at current, they cannot find Councilor Member Varric, they can't find Commander Shran, and they can't find Lieutenant Commander Tamira. Or any of her security detail. No one's noticed you walk in, no one's called Commander in the room because everyone's heads are down, and everyone's focused on the task at hand. Commander Ray, you step onto the they're gonna do.
Has anyone found my security need to way long time ago?
Do you ask?
Well, at first I'll ask for a general report.
No one seems to be paying attention to you right now.
I ask for a report.
No one looks up.
Officer,
When's the Artemis due anyway? They should be here about 5 minutes from now. You sure? I counted they should be already docking. I'm telling you, it's 5 minutes from now. Well, then when are they?
I look at the chronometer.
Yeah, it's lined up with what you think.
Okay, I physically tap one of the ants on the shoulder.
Your hand goes right through them. And
Whoa,
you notice that
that's-
you're slowly, you seem to be translucent as you seem to be fading away.
Oh shit. I look at the off screen. Does it show the Artemis? Does it show?
You see the screen suddenly crack. The whole room is ablaze. There's damage everywhere. You can hear distant phaser fire.
Shit! I run towards the phaser fire. I don't know what's going on.
Dr. Lorba,
Yes.
you have a very busy station all of a sudden. As you have the full crew here, you still have the people who are hurt on the surface, and reports of many missing people from the surface and from the station.
Oh, jeez. How's the medical staff holding up?
They look pressured, overworked. They've been at this for hours.
All right. Sending the immediate distress, request for aid to start through Starfleet Medical. Any ships in the area, we train medical teams stat as soon as possible.
As you start making the call, you can hear distant phaser fire out in the hall. And everyone around you just starts fading.
Just very slowly approach the source of the noise.
And as you're approaching the door to the med bay, you see from the wall in front of you, you see there's a bright flash that came from the window, like almost blinding. And then it winks out.
What the?
As you kind of look over your shoulder to see what that was, you notice there's a massive fireball on the planet that you can see through the window. And you can see bits of the station are damaged from some sort of battle. And you're the only person in medbay now.
Why are you showing this to me? Is this something to come?
And that is the end of the episode.